Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
Marco Bezzecchi, the Aprilia rider, once again demonstrated his aggressive riding style at the 2025 German MotoGP. From the start of the race, Bezzecchi showed no fear in facing the dominance of Marc Marquez, who was performing exceptionally well with Ducati Lenovo. On the challenging Sachsenring circuit, Bezzecchi put intense pressure on Marquez, forcing him to maintain a tight racing pace. Unfortunately, Bezzecchi's ambitious attempt to overtake the champion ended tragically. During the mid-lap, while trying to close the narrowing gap, Bezzecchi lost control and suffered a severe crash at the fast third sector corner. Fortunately, he did not sustain serious injuries, but the incident forced him out of podium contention. After the race, Bezzecchi openly acknowledged Marquez's superiority. "I gave it my all, but he's incredibly strong and consistent. He knows exactly how to maintain his pace at Sachsenring," said Bezzecchi. This moment once again underscores Marquez's dominance at Sachsenring and highlights just how difficult it is to defeat the German king, even for a rival as strong as Bezzecchi. And here's the full story. Marco Bezzecchi is back in the spotlight at the 2025 German MotoGP. The Aprilia racing rider has been impressive since the start of the race, showing great ambition to achieve maximum results at the Sachsenring circuit, a track that has long been known as Marc Marquez's home turf. As soon as the starting lights went out, Bezzecchi aggressively overtook several riders and managed to position himself at the front of the pack. With his distinctive and determined racing style, he began chasing Marquez, who was leading at a steady pace. A fierce battle ensued between the two riders from different manufacturers. Marquez, with his experience and precision, maintained his rhythm, while Bezzecchi continued to pressure him with sharp maneuvers through the technical corners of the Sachsenring. Drama unfolded midway through the race. In the third sector, with the gap between them less than 1 second, Bezzecchi attempted to enter the narrow left-hand corner faster. Unfortunately, his Aprilia bike lost front-wheel grip due to pressure and deteriorating track conditions. Bezzecchi crashed and slid off the track. The Aprilia team could only sigh in disappointment as their podium hopes vanished in an instant. After the race, Bezzecchi, who looked disappointed, still gave high praise to his rival, Marc Marquez. In an interview, he said, "I pushed this bike to its limits to catch up with Marc, but he was too strong today. I think no one knows the Sachsenring as well as he does. The way he manages his speed and avoids pressure is extraordinary. I thought I had a chance, but that small mistake in the corner cost me dearly." Bezzecchi also added that he and his team will evaluate the race data and aim to come back stronger in the next round. "I crashed, but I don't regret trying. This is racing. We have to take risks if we want to win," he said with a bitter smile. On the other hand, Marc Marquez once again proved that Sachsenring remains his sacred circuit. Despite facing intense pressure from Bezzecchi and several other riders, the Ducati Lenovo rider managed to maintain his focus and consistency until the finish line, securing an important victory amid the fierce competition of the 2025 season. With this result, Marquez further solidified his reputation as the king of Sachsenring, and Bezzecchi, despite failing to finish, once again demonstrated that he is one of the riders to watch in the front ranks of MotoGP. Marc Marquez once again proved his class as the king of Sachsenring. Despite the heavy rain and slippery track conditions throughout the 2025 German MotoGP sprint race, the Ducati Lenovo rider delivered an outstanding performance. Despite making a mistake at the start of the race and dropping to 5th place after running wide at the first corner, Marquez remained focused. With his aggressive yet calculated racing style, he gradually made his way back up the field, overtaking his rivals one by one. The wet track, which is typically a challenge, was instead used by Marquez to showcase his technical prowess and courage. By the midpoint of the race, Marquez had already returned to the top 3 and continued to pressure the riders ahead of him. Without much drama, he secured first place with a clean maneuver and consistently maintained it until the finish line. This victory marked Marquez's 10th sprint race win of the 2025 season, an achievement that solidifies his status as the favorite for the World Championship this season. His impressive performance at Sachsenring further extends his dominance at the circuit, demonstrating that even on a wet and challenging track, Marquez remains unstoppable. And here the full information. The 2025 German MotoGP at the Sachsenring circuit once again served as a stage for Marc Marquez to showcase his prowess. Amidst relentless rain that had been soaking the track since early morning, and a track that had become extremely slippery and challenging, the Ducati Lenovo rider demonstrated why he is hailed as one of the greatest riders in MotoGP history. This sprint race was no easy feat. Unpredictable weather conditions forced all teams to adjust their strategies, and many riders struggled to find the right grip and rhythm. Marc Marquez, starting from pole position, had a strong advantage to dominate from the start. However, drama unfolded immediately at the first corner. Marquez made a small mistake, perhaps overconfident in the track conditions that were not yet fully wet-dry, which caused him to drift wide and drop to 5th place. But this is where Marc's mental strength and experience truly shone through. Instead of panicking or playing it safe, he began to show extraordinary composure. Lap after lap, he carefully adjusted his strategy, keeping his tires at optimal temperature while waiting for the right moment to attack. On the 4th lap, Marquez began his aggressive pursuit. He successfully overtaken the 4th and 3rd place riders with a high-precision maneuver in the technical second sector. Without many mistakes, he closed in on the race leader, who was still struggling to control his bike on the wet track. And by mid-race, Marquez finally took the lead, a clean yet impressive maneuver. Once in the lead, Marquez left no room for error. He maintained a safe distance from the chasing pack, even as the rain intensified toward the end of the sprint. Other riders began to lose traction and rhythm, but Marquez remained consistent in every sector, demonstrating an extraordinary understanding of the Sachsenring track's characteristics. With this victory, Marc Marquez secured his 10th win in the 2025 sprint race format. This victory not only added points and widened his championship lead but also served as a clear statement that Marquez remains at the peak of his performance. At an age no longer considered young, he demonstrated that experience, courage, and racing intelligence can overcome any obstacle, including rain and pressure from young riders hungry for victory. Not only did he become the king of Sachsenring, but Marc Marquez once again proved that bad weather and pressure can serve as fuel for his resurgence. An extraordinary victory that will be remembered for years to come by MotoGP fans.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things